one thing we want to talk about right out the gate. So it is July now. The whole Corona thing started in March, mid-March maybe. And we want to talk about a couple of the struggles that maybe everyday people face, but also things that athletes are going through without having, access to gyms and stuff like that. So the first thing that stands out to me is if you were to look at, statistically speaking, people have gotten out of shape over quarantine. People have gained.
People are definitely struggling with motivation.
For sure.
Yeah.
Which is weird because when everybody was working, everybody was doing their regular thing, the excuse was, I don't have time.
Always the excuse.
Now everyone has, well, I shouldn't say everyone, but most people have the most time they've ever had, and we're getting fatter.
Right.
Why?
Lazy. No motivation.
Motivation is like a temporary thing, but it is like a huge thing.
Mm-hmm.
I actually made a video, David Goggins style, in the beginning of quarantine. Like the first week, I was like, because when quarantine started, I just was rehabbing my knee. I just started to walk again. So I'm like doing these like squats, like trying to get my knee to bend, and I did a video and I was like, time feels like it's standing still right now, but it's not. Like you're either gonna get better in these days and these months, or you're not. And so now it's crazy. Look, we're months ahead, and it's like, have you improved in any aspect?
Yeah, it's crazy.
And fitness is a tough one because you're at home. Are you motivated? I know I struggle like in the basement gym, just working out by myself, and it's just like I feed off the energy of other people in the gym, and that's not there.
It's so easy to like. I've noticed because I work out at my house right now. I've set up a home gym and everything like that, and it's so easy to go in there by yourself and have a pretty mediocre workout, or I'll be on my phone texting through each, like in between each set, not really paying attention to my rest period or anything like that.
Yeah.
But then like when I go in there with you or say somebody else, it's a total like game changer.
Crush it.
Yeah.
I struggle with that too. I'm like checking my phone every set. And it's like, put your phone down.
Seriously.
Dude.
You know what though? Like I give ourselves a little bit of slack on checking phones because of what we do. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Like you might be reaching out.
But-
No, I agree.
I don't need to watch.
Maybe that's just an
15
excuse.
TikToks
Might be an excuse.
in between a set.
I feel
You know what I
that,
mean?
yeah.
Like
A
sometimes
little
I
bit.
actually am productive.
Yeah.
On my phone.
Occasionally.
Yeah.
I've had times I
Pretty
lose my
rare.
complete pump. I'm like, it's been 15 minutes. Like, what are we doing?
I guess I'll
I
just
just
stop
get up
working
and leave.
out.
I just like leave. Like I'm not doing anything here. Like
the
I'll
first
just go
couple weeks,
home.
I had like 2 and 3 hour workouts, and it's like I don't know if it was productive. Like, I did things.
Right.
For sure.
No, that's tough. It's funny though because like the act of working out is like it's not like you absolutely need a gym to work out.
No.
But I feel like that's a very easy excuse to fall back on. It's just like, oh, the gym's closed. I can't work out. Not the case whatsoever. Like you said the other day, or like you just said before this podcast, was it's free to get up and go run. Like it's free to go for a run or push-ups, sit-ups. So many bodyweight movements you can do if you actually take a minute, go to Google, type in bodyweight exercises. You will find a way to get badass workouts in.
For real. Yeah, I guess I was kind of like a sayer like that. Like I had to go out and get all this gym equipment because I was like, how am I going to be able to lift? Like kind of the first times I've noticed that you don't need weights was when we did one of the live classes, and I was like, oh my word, I'm not going to make it through this. Like I was like my shoulders were burning and it was all body weight stuff. So it was, you do not need a gym for any of that.
I think the first week I did a coach asked me to put out some workouts for like basketball players. So you just got to assume that people don't have equipment. So I did a bunch of those, and it is like I'm thinking like, what else can you do? And you find a ton of movements that you can do without weight.
Yeah.
But I think the thing people struggle with is like without having immediate finish lines or goals, like what are we training for? You know what I mean?
Exactly.
If you're an athlete and it's like, I don't even know if my season's going to happen, or I don't have a thing next week. I don't have this next week.
Yeah.
So it's like you don't know what you're training for. You're not even seeing people as often. So it's like without that immediate goal or like repercussion, then that's what can make it tough.
That's what I've been telling my brother recently too, is because he's like, I don't know if we're gonna play. He's like, we're probably not gonna play. I'm like, you better be training like you're playing, dude, because the worst thing that can happen to a lot of these athletes and stuff that are going through these things that maybe have gained pounds, that think, oh, we're probably not gonna play. The worst thing that can happen to some of those guys is that they have their season.
Yeah.
Because they're coming into that untrained, out of shape, probably injury prone.
Yeah.
A lot of
Definitely.
Yeah, and that's like,
I have a strong theory that when we come back, it's gonna be the discrepancy is going to be bigger than it's ever been because there's such a discrepancy in how much people are training right now. Like I've seen collegiate athletes who are, without being forced to do these workouts, they're just taking months off. And it's like, if you're not like a self-driven person, the gap is just going to kind of get here because there are other people out here taking advantage of this time
For
and working out 2 times a day, 3 times a day, or just being productive daily.
Yeah, it'll be cool to see, like, kind of like how you just said, the athletes that, were maybe like top dog, who kind of have taken the back seat in this whole thing, and then the guys that have been busting their butt throughout quarantine, like watching them close the gap.
Merge the gap a little bit.
And get, that much better.
Yeah.
And another thing for just your everyday person, that's maybe not an athlete, at home, doesn't have their job right now, whatever, is I just feel like people are moving way less also. You get maybe servers or other jobs that you have where you're on your feet walking around all the time. And if you don't have that now, the odds of you getting in those 15,000 steps or whatever it was decreases tremendously.
There's less places to go.
Really? Yeah. But again, it's like, so if I wake up early and I go do something, if I go walk, or even if we go to the field and walk the track or run, I feel so much better for the rest of the day. I'm so much more productive for the rest of the day, and I'm like in a better headspace mentally.
There's a book about that, about making your bed first. Like, make your bed, start to get a productive feel, and like get on track. I forget what the book's called, but it's by like an army guy who got up every morning. Make your bed first, or something like that.
Yeah, I'm with that, man. It's like you gotta have. You're reading a book right now.
Yeah,
the Miracle Morning.
Miracle
or something?
Morning.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like have checklists in the morning, even if they're simple as make your bed, your bed, maybe fold clothes or fold like have those little things, a little checklist that you do that like kind of gets you in that mindset, that mode to like accomplish things throughout your day.
I started doing that too on my notes, just on my phone. I'll put Tuesday goals, and I'm gonna put things because it's easy to have a whole day get away from you right now. Like,
yeah.
Netflix
or a week.
is there, your couch is there, like
for real.
You can find stuff to watch and just like chill. So it's good to make sure you still have a productive day.
Yep, that's like one of the biggest things, writing it down. Because on days that I don't write it down, it just gets away from me. The day is gone. I did nothing really. So having a checklist, going through your day, even if it's just very small things, it's better than nothing,
I agree. Like seeing it on a piece of paper or on your notes is good because you can tell yourself, before you go to bed, okay, I'm gonna do this, and this tomorrow. But like, certain things happen that next day. You forget about what you were thinking about before you went to bed.
Yeah.
Like, so then
we're human. We don't stay in that locked-in mode all the time, like
Right.
motivated mode. So that David Goggins book, Can't Hurt Me, I really resonated with that. And one of the things he's write your goals and put them where you see them. So like on my mirror, like my bathroom mirror, there's like sticky notes of like things I want to do, like in general, like make someone better today, like have an impact on this, learn something about this. So just like if I wake up in the morning, I'm feeling lazy, but I see that and I resort back to like that motivated Lance to be like, oh yeah, I should do that.
Yeah, it keeps you committed to just being productive. I did the same thing with my alarms. I started setting alarms
that was
in
a
my
cool
phone.
idea.
Just throughout the day, say like website, YouTube, or like like do stuff productive. Yeah.
I like that.
Or even at night, like work out. Like if you haven't worked out, if you have, all right, dismiss. But if you haven't, okay, I gotta go work out now. You know what I mean? Just to keep a little friendly reminder. And sometimes I'll swear at myself. Like if I'm like,
damn it.
no, I mean on my alarm. Like to wake up sometimes.
Stop being.
I'll be like, get the F up.
You're like a Gary Vee guy.
I'll like look, I'll read it. I want to go to bed, but it'll say get the F up, grind mode or something. I'm like, all right.
I will literally hit snooze if I want to. I don't care what I tell myself.
Yeah. I used to experiment a little bit too with putting my alarm on the other side of my room, but my alarm is my phone, so then I struggled to like detach from my phone because I feel like everybody, you guys probably do this. When I go to bed, I'm laying in my bed, my phone is being charged right here throughout the night. It's always there.
I swear, not to interrupt, but my phone starts going off as soon as I set it down. Like, I'm going to bed. Set it down and just bzz, bzz,
Somebody
and
wants
I'm like,
to talk at
don't look at it, don't look at it, and then I grab it. And then I'm up for an hour.
Yeah.
I've been going do not disturb mode at nighttime, and I think that's good because the book I'm reading right now is called Essentialism, and it's talking about like in this period of time with like the access or information we have access to, it's easy to be spread in like a million different directions. So this book is all about like cutting through the BS, like focusing on the things you really want to like have produce. So at night I'll go do not disturb and like disconnect from everything and be present in that moment from 10 o'clock to whatever, you know what I mean?
That's cool.
To give yourself less options, basically. Like,
because it's easy to be distracted now. Like you're just looking at this person's doing that,
constantly.
Doing that, and yeah, we're bombarded with information like all day long, more than I would say any other generation is because of the internet and social media.
And it's only getting worse. Like it's only going to continue to get worse. You know what I mean?
Have you seen the stat? We see like 14,000 ads a day
That's insane.
And you don't even realize it because
you're
we're
not
so
even conscious
quick
of
to
it.
dismiss it because it's just like we're used to it.
That's crazy.
But that's doing something like to your psychology up top, like that. Like even though you may not realize that you saw it or you thought about it, you could
Probably
like,
stressing
it's
you out and
it's in your
anxiety, and that's
brain.
why we're like have so many anxious people and.
For real. Yeah, because there's been times where I have seen like the same ad like 5 times. The 6th time I'm like, I'll click
Click.
on it. I'll be like, what is this?
Why do I
Fine,
keep
get it
seeing
off.
this?
Yeah, like what is this? But I'm like, oh, I'm one
I
of
always
the,
just see
I'm one of
ads
the
for the
test
things
rats.
I'm already doing.
That you're already doing. Yeah.
Yes. Because they know, like, they see the type of stuff you type into your phone.
We're about to get ads on our phones about getting ads. Guarantee that. We're gonna have an ad that says "Want to see less ads" or some shit.
For real.
That'd be great.
It's gonna happen.
Sign me up.
I'll pay for that.